Oh my God! Did you miss us? I missed
missed
us. Did you miss us? We missed each other, and we missed you.
We're here, fucking.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be alive.
We're all good. We're all good. All right. So if everybody, there's only one or two people on right now, but for everybody that's going to see this, or I mean, we're not even into the podcast yet. We're just talking. For everybody that doesn't know, Chris died twice.
I did, but I went to Europe after that,
and then Chris went to Europe after he died because he figured if he's gonna, be dead, might as well be in Europe.
So
might as well go out like Jim Morrison in Paris.
So I went to Paris. I went to Paris and Rome. But let me tell you something about the plane flight back, because all this news showing up about planes crashing and shit. Like as I'm leaving,
especially that one that flipped over and everything. Dude,
we're coming to Chicago from Amsterdam, and we're coming in over Lake Michigan, and I'm like, we're getting pretty close to water, and I was 30% sure we're gonna have to ditch in the lake, and I was like, oh no, there's no way. But I was
here's the secret. Here's the secret about Lake Michigan that you don't know. It's not like it just goes and then drops off. That's not how it goes. It has like it's curved hills, so there'll be a drop off, but then there's then you can just swim across it for like half a mile, and then there's a place you can stand where the water's not even waist deep. And believe me, that's like 90% of like me as a like in my teenage and 20 years when I went swimming in Lake Michigan. I'd always find that. So I remember one time I was like a mile. I don't know how far it was, but everybody was like the size of ants. And I'm just standing there and the water's barely coming up my trunks. And, I'm 6 foot. So, I mean, to tell you, that's like, 3 foot water? So if you went down in Lake Michigan, hopefully you hit one of those pockets and not the one where you go straight to the ground.
But, after lots of flying, lots of walking, I have lots of pictures, but I'm still not ready to talk about it. Like, I was like, tell me all about it. I'm like, I can just indescribable, but I can't. I just do it.
Dude, it's just like, of course, but at the beginning of the year, I went to, I went to Los Angeles. I mean, and then all of a sudden flames are everywhere, and it's just like, what the hell? And then I flew back to Tulsa, and when I got to Tulsa, it was just like all ice storms. So it was like a George R.R. Martin book. I went from fire to ice.
I want to tell you something, man. Like, so I was reading the news every I was gone, and I was thinking, you have that distance of ocean and countries between, where I'm at and the U.S. And I'm like, God, we look like fucking crazy. like how crazy it looks from so far away. I'm just like it's gotten worse. like that's what.
No. And the thing is, it's like there's so many pictures and stuff like that. Like there's pictures and parades of stuff that I'm not going to go to detail. But if I see them again, I'll have to send them to you just so you can be like, wow.
Yeah.
If anything, Mike. Go follow him on the good old Facebook. he's putting up stuff. And one thing we'll talk later about is when we talk about the Screen Actors Guild Awards, because I just got done watching them. I watched them while I was doing all this stuff for today. We'll talk about that Jane Fonda.
Yeah.
Because definitely we're going to talk about Jane Fonda later. But on that note, I'm just going to say this. It's been 19 years since we did an episode. This is going to be great. And for everybody to know this, since then, Chris is now retired. He's living in Florida, and now he lives in a trailer park where they all have wild orgies and STDs run wild.
It's a show by Chris and Neil with all great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all, so you don't.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of all ages, this is a new episode of Movies Don't Suck and Some Do. My name's Neil.
And I'm Chris.
Are we delayed
Yeah,
already?
you was skipped it like there's like some sort of.
Oh my gosh! All right, we're gonna redo this really quick, guys. So just
Yeah, Neil runs the part of the restream thing, so it does screw it from time to time, but it's okay. But you guys know I saw Goodrich on the plane. We're talking about Goodrich today, and I saw it on the airplane, which is fun. Also watched half of Batman Returns, and that's kind of weird to watch in an airplane. And I forgot how creepy Danny DeVito looks in it. You know, it's you there, Oh, he disappeared again. That was weird. I think he's having internet issues. That's what happens when you go to Tulsa. You just get all kinds of weird stuff from Oklahoma. Yeah, but Casey, I think is a little bit better. Yeah, I don't know if OKC or Oklahoma has fiber optic cables or not. I'm not sure if it does. There we go. You're there.
Yeah, weird. Like I came back and it wouldn't even put me up like I was here.
Huh.
All right.
You want to go ahead and start the music again?
1,
2,
3,
4.
Okay, cool. We're on. Yeah, go ahead and start the music again. Let's do this one more time.
It's a show by Chris and Neil with all great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all, so you don't have to. It's movies that don't suck and some that do.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of all ages, this is a new episode of Movies Don't Suck and Some That Do. My name's Neil.
And I'm Chris.
And today we got 2 movies that we reviewed. Now, let me tell you, both these movies are streaming movies, even though they are ones that have gotten a lot of talk in the award season coming up that we're in now, I should say.
Yeah.
And Chris was somewhere in Europe.
Yeah, I actually saw Goodrich on that airplane. So
I saw the Notre Dame game coming back from LA. So like, believe me, I know what those little TVs in the airport or the airplanes can do for you.
Yeah.
So the first movie we were talking about today is going to be featuring Michael Keaton. It's going to be if I can get to my thing and everything go fine. Yeah. Goodrich, starring Michael, first starring the one, the only, the man, Michael Keaton.
Yeah, the problem was he got sloppy, crazy. He started to lose it. He had a head full of bad wiring, I guess. Couldn't keep it straight up here. He was the kind of guy who couldn't hear the train till it was 2 feet from him. You know what happened to this guy, Jack? Well, made mistakes. And then he had us. Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
You hear that a little bit of a Beetlejuice in that one. Come on, let's get nuts. But yeah.
Oh man, that's literally my favorite clip.
Yeah.
That's like literally that whole scene is one of my favorite scenes from '89 Batman.
Bad guy. I like him already.
Yeah. Also in this movie is you gave me a list. Amelia Kunis as well.
Amelia Kunis.
So, are you ready?
For what?
For the fun we're gonna have, Brian. We're gonna have fun tonight. Good, old-fashioned, all-American fun.
Listen, Meg, I'm not gonna lie to you here. I'm a little uncomfortable.
Oh, just relax. We're gonna be here for a while.
Well, I don't know if... Wait, what?
We're gonna be here for a while.
A while?
Yeah, a while.
You mean a while?
A while.
A while.
A while.
A while.
A while.
A while.
Brian, you're acting weird.
Oh, come on. That one doesn't even have an H in it.
Yeah, that's from Family Guy. Yes.
I know. I went through a whole like 15-minute video of Meg,
Yeah.
and that when it popped that up, I was like, oh, because I love the Cool Whip, the
Yeah.
Cool
Whip.
Whip.
Yeah.
Whip. Anyway, also in this movie is Carmen. I'm going to mess that up.
Ichigo.
Ichigo.
I have gotten used to it, for better or worse. What I have never gotten used to is the death. The constant closeness of death. It's become like a thick fog to me. I can't see life sometimes because of the fog of death constantly hanging over.
That's from Selma.
I was going to say, I thought that was Selma because I haven't seen it in a while, but that's what it sounded like.
She plays Greta Scott King in that. So,
such a good movie.
Yeah.
Such a good movie. And then on top of that, and this wonderful is Michael Urie.
I thought it was Brendan Urie. Did I put Michael in there?
You did put Michael. That's your fault. Everybody at home, everybody that listens to us constantly, and I mess up names. This one is on Chris. He messaged me Michael Urie. You F that up, not me. All right.
Yeah, hold on, making sure that it is Michael Urie. Yes, Michael Urie. You're right, Neil.
Oh my gosh. You know why I know I'm right?
Because you're always right?
No, because I'm Batman.
You don't get to talk about these people like that. They did a really nice thing for me tonight. And that little boy, Swishy. You want to talk about Swishy? Open your eyes, Mom, and look at your own Swishy son.
You know what?
No.
I gotta get to the hotel.
No. You don't get to go. Because I may never be this brave again. Mom, I love you. But
do not say it.
I am what you think I am.
You're confused.
No. For once, I'm not. If you want to get to know me, it has to be the real me.
From Ugly Betty, where you played Mark St. James for 85 episodes. But yeah, it's from Ugly Betty.
Yeah.
That's what's going on then. Yeah.
So Goodrich is the first movie we'll be reviewing today. Also, the second movie is one that we've been hearing a lot of stuff about from Clint Eastwood, who I think at this point is 342 years old.
Yeah, he's old.
He an old man. Old man. I think I got a picture of him that I'll show up later. Actually, here, I'll just show it right now. There he is. That's how old. That's how old Clint Eastwood is.
Where's Granddaddy Windbreaker?
Dude, I noticed that too. He's like wearing like 4 jackets, and it was 90 degrees that day. But Juror 2, number 2, featuring the one and only Nicholas Hoult.
I promised myself I'd find a cure. You have no idea what I'd give to feel normal.
I think the serum that you're making, it doesn't affect abilities, right? Just appearance.
Yeah.
Do you think it would work on me?
Yeah, I can look into it if you'd like. And it's the least I can do after asking you to come down here with such a weird request.
I have to admit, usually when guys ask me out, they're not after my blood.
Sorry. I didn't intend to be forward. I was excited.
Yeah, so Nicholas Hoult playing,
Beast. He was Beast. He was the Beast.
Neil, can you stall for a second?
Why? What happened? What happened, Chris?
I got distracted while I was working today, and I forgot to put the rest of the people in. So keep going.
Oh my gosh, everybody! I am so sorry that Chris has failed us all. He went to Europe, and now he's on European time. He thinks it's 3:00 in the morning and not 6:45 in the afternoon. That it is.
It's an accident, dude. I got
no. An accident's when you poop yourself on the airplane.
Well, I mean, by the way, I was.
Did you have to poop on an airplane?
No. I actually I made sure I took care of it. Like I went to the bathroom in the airport in Amsterdam, and I went there, and I was about to sit down, and I noticed there's no toilet paper, so
Oh my God.
I went to a different bathroom that also didn't have toilet paper, and then went back to the other one, and I stole out the girl's cart.
Oh
Going
my
in.
God. Chris, don't
Yeah,
poop on the airplane.
but that's like my. Have you ever had poop in an airplane, dude? Have you ever do that?
No, dude, you know how big I am. There's no way in hell I could fit on those toilets, especially since sometimes they put like the toilet paper thing like right next to the seat.
Oh yeah.
It's like there's a bathroom at the radio station that I can't even use because if I go to sit down on the toilet, I can't fit because the toilet paper is literally so cramped. It's like literally into the side of me. Like, because I'm not only vertically high, but I'm also horizontally like confident.
So who
You
else
got
is
them
in
all?
this? Yeah, who else in this movie?
All right. Also in this movie is the wonderful.
Start with Kiefer Sutherland.
All right, Kiefer Sutherland.
Yes, first. You don't like rice? Tell me, Michael, how could 1 billion Chinese people be wrong? Come on. How are those maggots? Maggots, Michael. You're eating maggots. How do they taste?
You gotta pick the Lost Boys if you're gonna pick Kiefer.
Oh my God. I mean, I was looking for a scene from because it's Juror. So I was trying to look for a good scene from A Few Good Men because he was on the stand with Tom Cruise. And I think I watched half the movie and I still couldn't find it.
You probably could find stuff from 24 because I watched a lot of 24 growing up. So
oh my gosh, I can't, man. I need to go back and watch 24. I haven't watched it.
It hasn't really held up. I gotta be honest.
Oh gosh, I've been watching The Traitors all week.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah.
The reality show where it's like, and it's murder. I love that guy. Okay, do you got them all now?
Yeah, good. I'm ready.
Okay, cool. Next on the list, one of my favorite actresses of all time. She's probably played in some of my favorite movies and one of my favorite TV shows of all time, United States of Terror, the one and only Toni Collette.
Don't you swear at me, you little shit! Don't you ever raise your voice at me! I am your mother! Do you understand? All I do is worry and slave and defend you, and all I get back is that fucking face on your face! So full of disdain and resentment and always so annoyed. Well, now your sister is dead. And I know you miss her. And I know it was an accident. And I know you're in pain. And I wish I could take that away for you. I wish I could shield you from the knowledge that you did what you did. But your sister is dead. She is gone forever.
Poor Charlie. From Hereditary. But,
oh man, Hereditary, to be honest, is like still one of my favorite.
So
like
good.
it's just a good movie. If someone's like, I've never seen that, I'm like, you need to drop your stuff, go see that movie, and then you can come talk to me again.
Yeah, I love Hereditary. It's like one of the movies I walked out of, and it took me all the way to I got home, and I was like, that was fucking amazing. But yeah, Hereditary.
And then let's see. This past year, I don't know if I did it or not. Let's see. I gotta take a look. No, it wasn't. Originally, this clip is from a movie that was in my honorable mentions, but got pushed out, and which was Saturday Night. And that's the one, the only, a guy that me and Chris both love, Mr. J.K. Simmons.
I have 2 stars on the Walk of Fame. Oh, yeah, who gives a shit?
I saw him.
I once held 97% of America's television viewing audience. That's not what they're going to remember. They're going to remember Mr. Television. Their Uncle Milty. Who the fuck are you, kid? You're not a star. You're You're barely in the fucking building. You're not even a swinging dick. Call me after he's done crying.
Yeah, that's
I love that scene.
Him and his giant hog. But yeah,
I love that scene.
Yeah.
And last but not least, one of the actors in this movie, Miss Zoe Duterte.
Oh shit! Hold on, I didn't have that one.
Oh my gosh, Chris!
I know.
I'm sorry, everybody. There's like 7 viewers right now. I'm sorry, all of you. Chris has failed. He came back from Europe. Now he thinks he can just do whatever he wants.
Well, no, it's just I'm still getting the hang of like, dude, I've been waking up at random hours, like over at 3 a.m. for an hour, and then like it's just coming back and dealing with jet lag. You also get kind of sick, like you know what I mean, like your gut and you're coughing and sniffling.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead, Zoe Dude, say it again.
Zoe Dude.
So listen, I was kind of hoping I might be able to get your advice on something. Full disclosure, I stalked you online. The poetry you do, it's crazy. It sounds just like Hamilton.
Yeah, it's called spoken word.
Cool. I'm a writer too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I actually have this article due right now for the magazine that I'm working at, and I feel really stuck. Like I don't know if you could give me any tips, or...
It's about what happened?
And I brought my laptop. I don't know, we could hole up at one of those little writery cafes. You could be my coach.
From Not Okay, we talked about last year. We kind of liked it.
Oh, dude, yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a good movie. I was a fan of it. So that is some of the cast from the movie Juror number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, tell where they can find us.
You can find us online at moviesdon'tsuck.net. We're at w2mnet.com. w2moviesnet.com. You'll find us there on the True Podcast. Also, we have Bradley Broadcasting on Spotify. You'll find us there as well as Movies Don't Suck is new. We're also on Facebook at facebook.com/podcast. We're on Blue Sky, Blue Movies Don't Suck Podcast. We're on Instagram into his podcast. We're on Patreon, patreon.com/Movies Don't Suck. You guys want to throw a few shekels, get a value menu from Wendy's one day. If you do that, also, you can find us on YouTube at Movies Don't Suck Podcast, and wherever you find podcasts from Movies Don't Suck and some that do, we're everywhere. We're hard not to find. Neil, we got a sponsor today. You guys someone want to talk about?
We do have a sponsor today. Someone I want to talk about, even though they're not open today, they're closed on Mondays. But Chris, do you like punk rock?
Of course music? I do. You know him. I grew up on
I know. If you guys don't know, Chris worked in punk rock bands. I worked in more metal bands back in the day. And so, therefore, that's one of the connections on how we became friends 455 years ago. But we're talking about Boulevard Trash. Yes, Boulevard Trash was located at 1545 South Harvard Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma. You can go to their website, www.boulevardtrashpunk.com. Now, this is what it looks like, man. It looks like it's a house. It looks like it's a house. You're walking into their home. But when you get inside, it is vintage punk rock t-shirts, vintage. They got some skulls and stuff like that, of course. Because if it's a place I like, there's probably some skulls hanging around. They got vintage vinyl, which next time you come down, bro, we'll run. It's down the road. I'll run you right over there. You can buy pins, you can buy spikes and jewelry. There is just everything in this place. Look at that. Isn't that cool? You wouldn't even know if you walked up to this, you would not know when you walk in. That's what you're looking at.
It looks dope.
It is. It's one of the greatest places. It's they're a punk rock store that recorded in a record label out in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Vinyl records, new and used clothing, oddities, patches, pins. They started in 2013 as a DIY resource for local punk scene. Boulevard Trash has been booking bands, releasing records, and pushing punk rock for over a decade. Since moving to their current location in 2019, they are proud to offer the best selection of underground records and apparel in the state. They're open 12 to 6, 12 to 7 on most days, except for today. They're not open on Mondays. If you have any question, feel free to reach out to them, 918-895-0709. They're literally one of my favorite places to jump into and just walk around and be like, Hi, I'm here.
Well, I'm looking forward to going there, man. That was dope. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So yeah, definitely everybody, Boulevard Trash. Me and Chris, we love supporting local. You support local in your area, because these guys, all these places need to stick around, because if not, we're just going to be shopping
Yeah,
at
and we
Walmart
don't want that.
and
I don't
Amazon, and that's
Yeah,
boring.
that is boring.
That's just
It is
boring.
boring. We're here though, man. We did it.
Oh my God, Chris is still trying to get over this stuff. You guys got to understand that Chris has been. Oh yeah, someone said that's fire. Boom. Oh yeah, that's my niece Alexis.
Hi,
Alexis, Alexis is awesome. I love her. I haven't talked to her in like a long time. I feel bad
So
about
girl.
that. Her mother, my sister, the other night called me drunk because she has a surgery on Wednesday, which thoughts out. Hopefully shit goes great. But she called me. It was the last day she could get drunk, and she's just like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "What's up, sis?" And, I'm not going to tell you the rest of the conversation, but it was just weird.
What's up, Alexis? Thanks for watching. But let's talk movies, dude. Let's talk Goodrich, right? Yeah,
Goodrich.
Yeah.
Dude, now who's in the movie? Michael Keaton, right?
But I want to.
Was he Batman?
He's Batman, but it's directed by Haley Myers Shire. So, but yeah, it stars Michael Keaton as Andy Goodrich himself.
Yeah, you know, the problem was he got sloppy.
Also, Mila Kunis plays Grace, his daughter.
So, are you ready?
For what?
For the fun we're gonna have, Brian.
Also, this also stars Michael Urie as Terry, a friend of his that he makes.
You don't get to talk about these people like that.
And Carmen Jogo as Lola.
I have gotten used to it.
It also stars Kevin Pollak as Cy. Everyone knows Kevin Pollak, right? You know Kevin Pollak, right?
Kevin Pollak's one of my favorite like side characters you always see in movies that you know, like a lot of people besides us would not know who he is, but if you saw him, you knew.
Yeah, I remember him most as a kid from Wayne's World 2. We had that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, good job.
Yeah, Kimberly Condict, who plays a little part in this movie, and Neil loves her as Wally from Shrinking. And this has a bunch of the features you kind of recognize, but those are the ones that I have much for.
Really stand out.
Neil, what's the storyline for Goodrich?
Andy Goodrich's life is upended when his wife and mother of their 9-year-old twins enters a 90-day rehab program, leaving him on his own with their young kids thrust into a world of modern parenthood. Goodrich leans on his daughter from his first marriage, Grace, as he ultimately evolves into the father Grace always.
So when you first hear about it, you started thinking, oh, this is sort of like a 3-minute baby type situation where he doesn't know what he's doing with these kids. But that's really not it. This movie it's a really good movie.
This movie, if you want me to jump into it, do you need the feel for this again?
I'll put clothing on
it. You need some help, it seems like today. Let's help you out a little bit. All right, this movie is like a midlife crisis for someone in their 70s, which that's not a midlife crisis. It's more like an end of the run crisis, if you feel like it. Or I think he's supposed to be 60.
He looks good for his age, you know.
Oh, I mean, in the movie, he's supposed to be like 60. I think Michael Keaton's like 70.
Oh,
if I remember correctly. Yeah, and by any means, this is just one of those movies where you feel the feels, because this man is dealing with situations and family locations and just like a bunch of stuff he's never dealt with before, because he was always the breadwinner. He was always the guy that went and worked for like 20 hours a day and then would barely ever be home. And then all of a sudden he has to be the homebody. It's a switch places of reversal. This is a movie that was not phoned in. Michael Keaton knocked this one right out of the park. Like, of course, you know why I like Michael Keaton. Let's just be honest. I'm a Batman fan and Beetlejuice. Mr.
Gung Ho's pretty good. I like Gung Ho. Yeah.
gung ho, like, but if you don't know, Michael Keaton he's Batman. I don't know if you know that. I don't know if people know that out there, but he's Batman. And but this movie was just like every scene in this wrong movie. Every scene in this movie was just like, oh, they did not extend out well. But there's just so many good scenes in this movie with Michael Keaton, the kids, him and Mila Kunis. I thought I had pictures of them together, but I guess I didn't. Was just so good in this movie that it was just one of those movies that the Mila Kunis, Michael Keaton
chemistry,
chemistry together was. I would watch them in another 5 movies. Like literally, it was good. It kind of reminded me of the chemistry he had in Birdman.
Oh yeah.
With the one who played his daughter in Birdman. Ava Stone. Oh my gosh, that's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of that chemistry in that movie, and there's a lot of hardships going on.
It was you might shed a tear too. You're gonna get sort of definitely your heartstrings will be tugged in this one. But it's a sweet movie. It's mature. I feel like it wasn't it really worked for Mike Keaton. It worked for everyone, and it was believable. It was just a good movie. It was just made you feel. It was like I said.
It made you feel the feelings, and I don't think it was that long, if I remember correctly. How long was it?
It was it's an hour 50 minutes for
I don't.
drama.
Yeah, it's not even a 2-hour movie. It was a good hour 50. This guy comes to understanding what's important in life because he always had an understanding that what was important in life was not. He comes to the conclusion that the things he thought was important in life were not. And that it was more about love and family and being a part of something.
It's a movie about family. It's a movie about like growing up because Keaton didn't, he's 73 years old, but in this one he's like 60 and he's still learning about everything. You know what I mean? So it kind of shows just growing the person that you can be if it's not before it's too late. And like I said, it's mature. It's a good movie. It's well written. It has everything you want from a movie like this. And I think you definitely, if you have the chance, it's on Max, right?
Yeah, it's on it's on Max right now. And this is the fact that it's put up. This is the best thing or a good credit about this movie, or fact that the director writer Haley Myers Cyrus, this is only her second feature. And both movies that she's done, like directed, she directed and
so she's
wrote.
not on tour.
Like
She's not tour. Like
Yeah, it's not like she's a veteran, of directing and writing together. But like if this and Home Again is features of what she's going to write and direct coming up in the future, I can't wait to see what she does. Next time I hear her name, I'm going to automatically go see that movie just because of how good this and Home Again are. Like this was like one of those emotional roller coasters where you're just like, man, I feel it.
Yeah,
I feel that. I understand that feeling.
It's just there. It's like it makes you feel it really no one's one dimensional in this. Everyone has a shape, and like a lot of times you see movies where no one has a shape, but this one it's about Andy, but it's about all the people in Andy's life, and they all work as a character in themselves. And so
and the other thing that's amazing about this movie too is the fact that Michael Keaton, let's be honest, the dude has put out he did another Batman movie. Oh, they call it Flash, but let's be honest, that was Batman Part 3, and the Flash just happened to be in it. And then because I don't know if you know this, Chris. Did you know this? There's this weird thing. I don't know if you knew this, but Michael Keaton's Batman. Yeah. We always got to remember Michael Keaton is Batman. Everybody else.
Can I mention that I saw Batman? I watched half of Batman Returns on the plane back.
Nice. You know why? You know why?
And I forgot that he strapped some dynamite to dude and threw him down a sewer.
I know. There's he killed so many people in the beginning of that movie. Batman's not supposed to kill, and he's just killing people left and right. That's the thing is like this whole past 2023, 2024, Michael Keaton was putting out
Yeah.
blockbusters like Beetlejuice, The Flash. I mean, there's a couple other things I can't remember right now, but like literally for him to put out a nice independent movie like
independent
this.
film. Yeah.
Yeah, it was only 25 days. Like the last fact said that I was on the screen. The film was shot in over 25 days in Los Angeles. Like it just boom, 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 got it done.
Yeah. And then, you know, some movies that take 3 months, and this one, they just had it ready to go. And to see the Michael Keaton still embracing projects like this, it's great, you know? And
I love Michael Keaton. It's literally, I don't think there's is there a single bad movie in his, I mean, I'd have to go through his entire,
yeah,
you'd have to
55.
dig deep.
Yeah, we'd have to go.
Like, I mean, because like one of my favorite movies of all time by Michael Keaton, besides him playing Batman, who I've been joking about this whole episode, is ones that people don't even realize that even exist anymore. You know, like Night Shift. Night Shift is one of my favorite. Like, if you don't know, Michael Keaton was a comedic actor all the way up to I think Batman, and then people took him a different way for different roles and stuff like that, and took him serious. And also one of my favorite comedies and spoof movies of all time, Johnny Dangerously. Oh my gosh. Did you ever watch Johnny Dangerously?
No, I didn't, actually.
Oh my God. You some bitch. You stinking bastards. Oh my God. Me and my friends as kids used to run around saying that.
I'm looking through the stuff right now, and I forgot, you know, you mentioned Multiplicity, which I saw the feature.
Multiplicity. One of my favorite scenes in The Other Guys with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg is like he was the cop that just kept referencing all the different TLC songs. What is another movie? What is that one with the newspaper? It wasn't The Spotlight. Did he do Spotlight or was
Spotlight?
it?
Yeah, where he not
Yeah,
for Oscar.
Spotlight.
Yeah, not for Oscar.
Oh,
No,
man.
yeah. You know, also,
but yeah, this is
the best part of Morbius. The only good part about Morbius was his scene in it. So.
And by any means, like Alexis even already commented. It sounds like everything she wants in a movie, and that's that's the
Alexis,
truth.
Yes, go ahead and get that. Yeah.
And seriously. So, Chris, let's start off this time around. Mr. I just came back from Europe, world traveler, Chris. What is your rating on Goodrich?
It's a 4.1 for me. I really like this movie.
4.1 out of 5, everybody.
Yeah. I really like this movie. It hit me in the right spots. I didn't expect a lot, but I got a lot out of it. You know.
I went in just knowing Michael Keaton was in this. I didn't even know Mila Kunis was in it. When she popped up in the movie, I was shocked. Hey, Kevin Pollak. Like, look, the little guy from Willow. And I'm not trying to outdo you on this one. This one hit me really good, man. I really was. Yeah. Maybe I was in the mood that day. I am on a new medication for my bipolar, so maybe that's. But yeah, I'm going to give it a 4.2. This is like one of them that, like, man, I really liked it. It might get even an honorable mention at the end of the year if, you know, after everything we got to go see in the next. I mean, there's so many movies that are coming out this year.
So I got to fit in Paddington, Peru, because I love the Paddington movies. You don't have to see it, but I'm definitely going to see Paddington.
Paddington, Peru? When does it come out even?
It's out now, I think. And I saw previews. I saw ads for it in France, and I'm like, oh fuck, that's out. I love Paddington. So
yeah, man. We got a story about Paddington later in the news segment. I got something about that, so we'll talk about that later. So it's a 4.1 for Chris, it's a 4.2 for me. Chris, what about Rotten Tomatoes?
So I'm gonna Rotten Tomatoes account now. What is the popcorn meter? Guys, I'm gonna go with what Rotten Tomatoes calls it. Popcorn meter, which is the audience score. What do you think the popcorn meter is for Goodrich and RottenTomatoes.com?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You just asked that, but Alexis, I love you. She asked a question that, like, right at the moment you just said that, and we're both gonna laugh hysterically, Alexis. This means you need to watch more other episodes because someone is not only have we seen every A24 movie in existence. The guy that is my co-host, Chris, literally has Black Phillip from The Witch tattooed. Oh, he's getting naked. He's gonna show you right there. He's got Black Phillip tattooed, and we have covered literally. If you go through all three, what are we at? 354.
Yeah.
If you go through our 353 episodes, any A24 movie that has come out since the existence of A24 or the existence of this podcast, I should say, we have talked about.
By the way, I'm also a member of AAA24. I get the newsletters every month that look like this right here.
Oh my God, he's now showing us
zines I get every month. I get free movie tickets. I'm one of those.
He is a humongous A24 fan. So thank you for asking that question and being a part of the podcast.
I'm in A24 chat, so yeah.
All right, going back to Rotten Tomatoes. If the audience didn't score this an 85%, I'd be surprised.
Yeah, that's exactly what they gave it. 85%.
Shut up! I got one. You know how long? I did not look that up.
Yeah.
I just guessed that off the top of my head. That is, we need. You got the applause. I want to hear the applause.
I don't have the applause, but I do have. I have something. So let's just do.
I will fuck you. I will injure you,
Chris.
But I'll give you $5 later on. How about that? All right. What is the critic score for Goodrich?
Critic score, I think, is going to go a little lower than the audience score because sometimes I don't think the critics hit it right on the mark. So I'll go 78%.
82%.
Oh, okay. So it's just 3% lower now.
Yeah, since the little movie didn't give it a consensus, but I'll go through some critics reviews. So this is from let's do Luke Goodwell. Goodself, ABC News in Australia. He says Mayor Shire digs deeper than the material suggests, offering nuanced portraits of creative people who spent their lives making or curing it, the art at the expense of their emotional health. So, talking about a filmmaker. This is a really great one from James Crute of stuff.co.nz. He says, in a role specifically written for him, Keaton infuses his tale with sensitivity and smarts that ensures Andy Goodrich is no one-dimensional character, and you're invested in his increasing blight. So, yeah, people like this movie. I liked it a lot. Neil liked it a lot. We are glad it exists, and go and give Max and this shot if you haven't already done that.
Definitely good watch. It's not like a must watch. It's not gonna, solve everything in the world, but man, it is a great watch to watch.
And when you're watching it, you're gonna feel good.
It's a feel good movie. It's a feel good movie.
Yeah. All right, you ready to move on to the news?
We got news. I'm telling you, Chris, we haven't talked in weeks, so you know how much news there is. You know how usually I just keep going and going. I cut it down to 30.
Yeah.
I think I got the main ones. Let's talk news.
All right, here we go.
This is the Movies That Don't Suck in Southern News. Chris has been in Europe for almost 2 weeks and doesn't realize what's been going on in the media.
No. All right, let's talk. Let's
talk about the biggest one.
The SNL 50th anniversary.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even put that in the news, but if you want to talk about that, SNL, I watched the documentaries. I watched the live show. I watched the live music show. Post Malone and Nirvana. Oh my God.
Yeah, I've come around on him doing that.
Punk rock because it's like he wasn't even near the microphone for half the song.
I've come around on Post Malone doing that. What they did Post Malone like a sort of Nirvana sort of tour where they had members of Nirvana and Post Malone. It'd be crazy.
Yeah. It was really good. It was really good. I was a big fan of it.
All right, but yeah, let's get to what you were gonna say.
All right, but you know what movie I've been looking forward to because I am a kid of the 80s.
Goonies 2.
And today, they put out the first image of He-Man. Yeah, that's the power sword. That's the power sword.
Yeah.
That gets me happy right away.
I wonder what his look like,
So, since you've been gone, I can't breathe. I'm sorry, I'm not done singing Kelly Clarkson. Great artist, though. Kelly Clarkson's awesome. This is everybody added. So since when you left, the last news story we had about He-Man was Jared Leto is Skeletor.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the rest. Camelia Mendez is going to be Tila. Idris Elba is going to be Man at Arms. Allison Brie is going to be Evil Lynn.
I see it.
Marina, I always mess up her last name. Marina, it's from Deadpool. That who plays Deadpool's girlfriend. Marina Backer. Oh, I always mess up the name.
Okay, keep going.
But she's playing the sorceress. Sam C. Wilson is playing Trapjaw. Kojo Ada is playing Tricalypse. John X. Zhang is playing Ram Man. And Jonas Hakura Johnson is playing Fisto. They already got, they said names in that I did not know was going to be happening in the He-Man movie. I am super excited. When you add Allison Brie, Jared Leto again's in it. Who plays He-Man? The guy we just saw, Nick Calistain. I'm gonna have to get his name right.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. It was Maria Baccarin, by the way.
Yeah, Baccarin. That's it. Yeah. And oh my god, that is a cast, bro. I can't wait. Now I'm all excited.
You're all tingly inside, aren't you?
Oh my gosh, I want to see it tomorrow, and then I want to download it as soon as I get home and watch it 10 more times. Yeah. Oh my god, everything. Are you good? Can you see me?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I can still frozen, but it's okay. I can get through it. You're breaking up. You want to come back because we're gonna be off time now.
Okay, everything got frozen up when I opened up a different tab, so I'm sorry. All right.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Fucked up again. I don't know if I think it's got to be a Tulsa thing because I'm always good. I always have a good connection generally. Is it a Tulsa thing or is it a computer thing that's fucking you up?
I have a lot of tabs. I opened 3 tabs this time. I closed some down.
Okay.
James Gunn says, "Don't worry, there will be a Justice League coming sooner than later." A lot of people are worried because they want to see all their superheroes together. But the thing is, the Superman movie alone has freaking 5 different, superheroes in it. So, and let's just be honest, most of James Gunn's superhero movies always have a bunch of people in them.
So I know they want Batman.
I don't know. That's the question. That's the question because it's not going to be Robert Pattinson.
And Ben Affleck says he's not doing IP anymore. So it makes you wonder if they offer him tons of money, will they do IP again? But they just need a new Batman, I guess. They got plenty of people to be Batman, right?
Right. Yeah, so talking about DC, let's talk about one of the most underestimated DC movies of all time that I'm a huge fan of.
Okay.
It stars one Keanu Reeves.
Constantine.
So
underrated, by the way. Underrated. It's great.
All right. Well, Constantine, which was released now 20 years ago. Feel old yet?
Yeah.
Because I saw it in the theater.
It holds up, by the way. The movie holds up.
Oh yeah, I watch it constantly.
Yeah.
It's one of my background noise movies. Keanu Reeves went in to talk to DC and all them, threw a pitch out, and they gave him the green light. That's right. Constantine 2. They go, this is what they said from the DC universe. We've been trying to make a movie for over a decade now. We just recently put a story together and this is what Keanu Reeves said. We just put a story together and pitched it to DC Studios, and they said, okay, so go write the script and bring it back. They are ready. Keanu Reeves is ready. We're going to get that Constantine 2.
I want it. Give it to me, baby.
And I think one of the last DC things we'll probably talk about today, I don't know, I might have a couple more in here. But last but not least, another movie has been greenlit by James Gunn, and it is a horror movie featuring one of the villains from the Batman universe, Clayface. Is getting his own movie, and the reason being was Clayface is a crazy one because this is what James Gunn said. We had no plans on making a Clayface movie, but Mike Flanagan came to him and pitched a Clayface movie, and the pitch was so great he was like, I cannot turn this movie down. I'm greenlighting it. So he has such a good script that they're like, man, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm excited. Yeah, more DC. Let's do it. Hopefully they
Definitely.
can. I mean, they're making so much. Hopefully they just keep it at a steady pace, so we don't overload it with the sort of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things out there that are
Yeah.
coming out that are, oh, I can't even wait. Well, talking about something that's coming out, we know that this is the year of Stephen King. Like, there's going to be 105 Stephen King movies.
Mhm.
In fact, one of the next episode that we do is going to be us
the monkey,
us going doing Captain America, Brave New World, and the monkey, or Monkey Shine, or is it just Monkey?
It's just the monkey.
Okay,
Just the monkey.
I was thinking of the name of the original story. But anyway, Michael Flanagan, who we just talked about, is going to be making the Dark Tower series, right? We already talked about that.
They've talked about that. They've tried so many times, right?
Now they just hired the best person to help them co-write and be a part of this movie. That's right. They're finally smart about it for the first fucking time in a long time. The one, the only, one of the greatest authors in the history of man, Stephen King, is being hired to co-work one of his movies, one of his books turned into movies. He will be a big part of helping them put together the Dark Tower series.
Finally. That's the only guy that can do it, really, to make it work, I think.
I think that's the way to go.
That's interesting.
I think that's the way to go.
Mhm.
William Shatner is out screaming, you know what? I want to do it one more time. Put me in charge of the Enterprise. Like, he wants to come back to the Star Trek universe. I've been asked to come back as Kirk so many times. If Kirk's going to come back, it has to have meaning to something. He goes, it has to be the show. But I'm so impressed by the writers of everything that's going on right now in the Star Trek universe. He goes, I would not mind coming in and doing something as long as important role.
How old is he?
Give him Shatner. Shatner's 117. I don't know, somewhere around there.
And he's also pretty mercurial. Like, he can be pretty particular and kind of crazy, right? For going,
Right.
Shatner's a little, yeah, okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I know you watch it. I know you feel good about it.
No, I love it. I love it all. Judge Apatow is looking for funds to make a Netflix documentary on one of the greatest comedians of all time. He's been trying to work on it for the last year or two. The one and only Norm Macdonald. He wrote in his caption, "We need your photos and videos of Norm Macdonald for the documentary we're creating for Netflix. So if you happen to have anything you think might be helpful, please email them at normmcdonalddoc@gmail.com. If you just know about my interviews or interesting videos you think we may not have heard or been a part of, please send it to him." So he's asking for help from people. So if you know any information or have any pictures or stories or anything like that about Norm Macdonald, please send them to that Gmail.
Dude, since his death, I've heard so many great stories about Norm and so many great jokes that he's done on the late night. He's one of the greats, and it's sad that he's gone, but he left behind a great legacy.
Right? He's one of the funny. He's just like, he got fired from Saturday Night Live because he kept on saying that OJ Simpson was guilty.
Hey, OJ Simpson.
He's like, like murder, like what OJ did.
Yeah.
He was very harsh. All right, this one I got just for you, Chris. Coming to the theaters for the first time ever this year, and you might have got it in your newsletter, is two A24 movies that have never been to the theater. So, let me see this and make sure it is correct. They had dates earlier. Hey, what's up? What's up, Hugo?
Yeah, what's up?
Barry Jenkins' coming of age drama Moonlight will open will be in the theaters February 27th, and it's at IMAX. So if you want to go see that,
Oh,
February,
IMAX.
yeah, look it up. February 27th.
I saw it in theaters. And I loved seeing IMAX. It's a beautiful movie.
And the other movie,
Beautiful
which
shot.
oh man, I totally forgot about that movie. As soon as I read the title, I was like, oh yeah, Spring Breakers. Which I remember that was
Oh yeah, Spring Break Forever.
Yeah. That will be returning to the theaters March 19th for one day. And you can go see either one of them. Both great A24 movies. Go look them up as soon as possible.
Can I tell a quick story about Spring
Go
Breakers?
for it.
So I knew what I was getting into when it was a Harvey Keitel film. I knew exactly what I was getting into. But there are these row of teenage girls in front of us that walked in like, that was weird. I didn't like it. That was weird. I was like, I knew exactly what I was getting into. They had no clue. And they have James Franco playing Alien. He's like, Spring Break Forever. And I was
Spring Break Forever, yo.
That's what. Yeah. It's not for everyone. I'll say that.
Oh man. So yes. So Chris, another thing happened while you were gone. Which is weird because you're in Europe, and this is one of the biggest Europe franchises of all time. Got bought out.
The Vatican. Oh, okay. What happened?
The biggest movie franchise from England.
Oh, James Bond got bought out?
Got bought by Amazon Prime.
Oh, no.
I know. Amazon MGM Studios will be taking over the James Bond franchise from the longtime producers Barbara Broccoli and Michael G. Wilson.
How did I not know this?
You know how much money they paid for it?
How much?
$1 billion.
That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. But I'm pretty sure the James Bond movies have made more money than that put together. But I guess,
look what happened when actors. How much did Disney buy Star Wars for? And they've made like 6 times the amount that they paid for that at least.
I guess you're right. I'm wondering, like, Daniel Craig says he's not going to do it again. He's dead. He's gone from that. I wonder if they're going to hire to play James Bond. I wonder who they're going to hire. I'm wondering. I just was not too old to play him. So
the movie. So earlier, Chris stated that he's excited to go see Paddington in Peru.
Yes.
The original Paddington Bear is being held ransom by cyber criminals right now.
What? Really?
As the Sun reported earlier, the hacker group known as Reseda has apparently held sensitive information for ransom from the agency, a firm that represents the Paddington Bear property and the estate of the creator, Michael Bond. Now, it's unclear what kind of sensitive data is being held for a price, but it seems the firm quickly decided that they did not intend to pay up and instead called the police. In its statement to its employees, the company said, "We have taken measures to ensure the security of our systems and continue to closely monitor them as a priority." So, something about Paddington Bear has been stolen by cyberpunks.
But he's just a sweet little bear. Why would they do that?
He's just a sweet little bear.
Yeah.
He didn't do nothing to you.
Neil, if you have not seen Paddington 1 and 2,
I've seen 1 and 2. Paddington, especially after, one of my favorite movies, Unmanageable Weight of Massive Talent, and, good old Pedro Pascal's like, Paddington 2. It changed my life. It's how it forged me as a man. And it's like, Paddington 2. Yeah, of course I've seen it. Talking about sequels. Sequel I don't think any of us really asked for, but I guess we're getting it anyway. Will Smith's famous superhero movie, Hancock, is getting a sequel. Now, this has been, rumored for years, but this is how we know it's serious. Zendaya has now signed up for a role in the movie.
I don't know who was like, we need another Hancock. We need a Hancock sequel. I'm not even sure the first one did.
But you know who wrote Hancock? Do you know who wrote Hancock?
Who wrote Hancock?
One of the most famous writers for television in the last decade.
Just tell me who it is.
Probably wrote wrote the most famous TV show in the last 10 years.
It's
The
not
one
Vince
that
Gilligan.
went toe to toe with Game of Thrones.
Tell me what it is. Yeah, tell me.
Breaking Bad.
Oh,
Vince Gilligan.
Vince Gilligan
is the
wrote
one
Hancock?
who wrote it.
I
Yeah,
didn't know
he's the one
that.
writing this one too.
I didn't know that.
Yes. It says right here, it goes, directed by Peter Berg and based on the screenplay by Vince Gilligan.
Wow, I didn't know that. Okay, well, that sort of changed
Yeah.
my mind. I had not seen Hancock though.
Yeah, it kind of changed my mind now.
I've
right?
not seen
We're all
I've
kinda on
not
the
seen
same boat there.
Hancock, so maybe I need to still watch Hancock, right? I'll check it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Hancock. I mean, I like it. Just I loved it because it was that, that little kid at the beginning of the movie. It's like, you're an asshole. It's like,
No.
what you call me? You heard me. I love that little scene at the beginning. Anyway, talking about another franchise that's going to be coming into play soon. Greta Gerwig, who did the Barbie franchise or the Barbie movie that everybody knows, got the rights to, the Chronicles of Narnia and has been working on that. Can you guess how many movies that's going to be turned into?
3?
Why don't we go up a little bit?
Was she doing all the Chronicles of Narnia, including like the Prince Caspian?
All the Chronicles of Narnia.
How many is it gonna be? 7?
9.
God damn.
9
We're
Chronicles
never
of
gonna
Narnia.
see her make another movie besides that in Barbie.
I know it's all Chronicles of Narnia from now.
Okay, well,
I feel like that. Wasn't it Lonely Island?
Yeah.
It's the Chronicles of Narnia. The Chronicles of Narnia.
I think there's only 3 Chronicles of Narnia books, aren't there?
I can't remember. I read them when I was a kid.
I'm
bro.
sorry.
I read them when I was
sorry.
a kid. I mean, that was like 40 years ago, bro. I don't know what you want.
Yeah.
The Oscars have now got a new announcer. If you don't know, hosting the Oscars this year is the great Conan O'Brien.
Oh,
I'm saying great because I
God.
love Conan. And
Conan's
I would be more than happy to be
Conan
Conan
is
O'Brien's friend.
Conan O'Brien is the shit. He's amazing. And by the way, there's 7 Chronicles of Narnia books, but yeah, I'll watch Conan anything he's in. Honestly, have you watching? You listening to Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend, or have you seen his show on HBO?
Oh yeah, dude, all the time. I watch all of
Okay,
those.
good. Yeah, that's great. I love it.
Yeah. I love Conan. I love Conan O'Brien. I if anything, I watch the little clips on YouTube and stuff like that. But the voice actor that will be the new announcer for the Oscars will be none other than the great Nick Offerman.
Oh, really? Okay, that's cool. I like that a lot.
Yes, so he will be. I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go through some small ones real quick. Let's see. Well, I guess I said that small. As of March 20th, 2026. Oh, that's my wife's birthday.
Nice.
The movie Street Fighter will be out in the theater.
Okay. I mean, whatever.
I mean, you're a big fan of Mortal Kombat. I thought that'd be one you'd be a part of.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing what they do with
Kato
it. If they can make
Sharuka, the director of the Eric Andre show and The Passage, is the one that's going to be new in the movie.
That is weird then. Okay, yeah, that is strange. Okay. I'm interested in seeing what it's going to be.
All right, let's see. I only got a few more stories. Let's see. Kristen Stewart is making a wild stoner buddy comedy with Alice Skotkat and Seth Rogen.
That sounds right.
It is. It's called The Wrong Girls. Dylan Meyer will be the writer. It's a Stewart recently. Let's see if they had given me any. I guess he wrote it years ago, and no one's ever done it, so they're going to be doing it all together. So hey, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I just got a couple more, and then we
got to talk about the big one, right?
Here.
We got a big one.
Oh shit! Where did I put it? I thought I put it in here. Oh my god, I did not. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Okay.
That's about the cyborgs?
Yep, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Dune 4. Reportedly eyeing one of the best Star Wars movie directors to helm the sci-fi franchise. Denis Villeneuve will be more likely doing the Dune 4 movie for Warner Brothers because there's Dune
He said
Messiah.
he was. I mean, saying doing. He was gonna see who's the stuff at Dune 3, but here we go.
Dune 3, they just signed on Jason Momoa too. I just saw that, so his character is going to play a big part in that. The creator of Fargo, Noah Hawley, is going to be creating a new movie with Chris Pine playing in a crime thriller. So hopefully he can get some. Because man, ever since what was that movie he did, The Pool Guy or something like that?
Yeah.
Ever since he did that movie, he kind of lost a little credit. Yeah. So hopefully he gets a little credit back from that.
Yeah.
And this is a major announcement to you because this is awesome, and this means we're going to cover this movie because I wanted to cover this movie when it was at the theater, but for some reason it didn't play in good old Oklahoma as much as it played everywhere else. And March 25th, Queer, the A24 movie with Daniel Craig will be going on. Will be released on, where did they put it? Will be streaming on Max. Yeah, see? A Queer. Oh my God. See?
Yeah.
I
already saw it.
Yeah. You'll have to re-see it
again.
again. Who doesn't want to rewatch it, Tom? Who doesn't want to re-see a Daniel Craig playing in any movie whatsoever?
It was pretty verbatim to the novel, too. I read the book, but it's really short. Queer's pretty short team between Junkie and Naked Lunch, and it's definitely worth a read if you want to read it. But yeah.
All right, and this is just a fun story before we get to the awards.
SAG.
Yeah, before we get to the SAG awards, this is just a funny story. Tom Holland tried to go buy his own beer, his non-alcoholic beer, at Target. And they wouldn't allow him to buy it because he has an English ID. They would not sell him his own beer.
That's crazy. That is insane. He also still looks like 13
I know,
years
by
old.
any means, I get that. I mean, he goes, I bought it. They wouldn't accept my ID because it's English and I couldn't prove my age. So a really lovely employee, I guess, scanned their ID. Kind of ironic that I wasn't allowed to buy my own product.
Yeah.
That is funny.
But
Chris,
good for him.
The SAG Awards. Did you watch them?
The SAG Awards. No, I just saw I was asleep by the time they were showing.
You can go watch them on Netflix.
I did jet lag. I did read what I did watch Jesse Eisenberg said about his award, but yeah, let's talk more about
what did Jesse Eisenberg say.
Let's go through it. He was talking about Emma Stone. Now,
all right, that was outstanding performance by a cast and a motion picture was Conclave, which I wasn't the hugest fan of it. I mean, I got it and I got what it was about, but whatever.
I mean,
but
Stanley
this is the one
Ray Fiennes, John Lithgow.
I mean, it's a great cast. I'm not going to say it's not a great cast. But this is the one I was happy about, and I thought you probably like. What's the words by Lonely Island? You jizzed in your pants.
My pants, probably.
Yeah, and that is Timothée Chalamet won for A Complete Unknown, which is the Bob Dylan movie. And if you guys don't know, I live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where the Bob Dylan Center, the museum of Bob Dylan's artwork is.
There are pictures of me. There are pictures of me wide-eyed.
Me and Chris went together last time he came to Tulsa.
Yeah.
And by any means, well deserved. That was a good movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen Queer by Daniel Craig, which was nominated.
I mean, it was really good, but do you think that when we're talking about acting itself, he was doing in that movie?
Yeah, he was. He was. He made me think he was a major asshole the whole time. What I was happy about that almost brought me to tears was Demi Moore winning as Elizabeth in The Substance, which was my number 2 pick of 2024.
I hope she wins Best Actress.
I hope she wins everything ever for that movie. If you haven't seen The Substance, I don't know if I know you can rent it, But
Yeah.
if it's not on a streaming platform yet,
it's probably the best movie I've seen this year. I mean, like
in 2024, the only movie that beat it was because of rewatchability, and that's why Deadpool Wolverine beat it to me.
Mhm.
And I don't care what you say, bro. I mean, look at this is my history here. Comic books. I love comic book movies. It's very hard for me. I mean, you know how many times I've seen Substance? Once, and it still moved me.
Yeah.
You know how many times I've seen Deadpool Wolverine?
Well, what's that? I
Like
don't know.
maybe 30 already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, so yeah. I mean, yeah. I just, man, I can't wait.
Kieran Copeland worked for Best Male Actor in a Supporting Role for A Real Pain, which
100% deserved. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we haven't seen The Apprentice, but Edward Norton, a complete unknown, because that's the only one. Dude, I really loved him in that role.
You'll go through.
Because like it's what he Guthrie's friend. He was
No, sorry.
Peter
Pete
Zeiger.
Seeger. Pete Seeger.
Yeah, Pete Seeger.
Pete Seeger. Yeah.
Because just the way he acted is completely the opposite of how Edward Norton is. So how much?
Yeah, he plays just a sweet old man energy.
That would be like me. That'd be like me all of a sudden be like, "Hi, Molly, how you doing?" Me trying to do something completely opposite of me. Zoe Zandela did one for Emily Perez, which was a great movie, well deserved in that. Extended by a Stunt Assemble. I'm glad they won this because it was one of my 5 honorable mentions, even though I got made fun of. The Fall Guy won for Best Stunts in Assembly in a Motion Picture. Best Male Actor in a Television Series or Limited Series. Colin Farrell for The Penguin. Literally, you don't even have to watch Batman because Batman's literally not even that involved in that
it's
show.
just a crime drama sort of thing. Yeah.
Jessica Gunning and Baby Reindeer. I watched Baby Reindeer. Oh, she was nuts in that movie.
Yeah.
Like if I saw Shogun won a bunch of things. They won they won Best Ensemble in Drama, Male Actor in a Drama Series, Hikiro Sanada. Then Anna Swaya won for Best Female in Drama Series. I mean, they won a lot. And for the first time ever, outstanding performance by an ensemble in a comedy series. This is the first award they ever won, and neither one of the main actors were there to take it. And that is Only Murders in the Building. Steve Martin and Martin Short were not there to take it. And Martin Short won by a male actor in a comedy series for Only Murders in the Building.
Did Selena Gomez take it for him?
Selena Gomez was there, and she's like, "They're not even here," but they wanted to be. They're just old.
Yeah.
Gene Smart for Hacks, which that was a great show if you haven't watched that. And the Lifetime Achievement Award, and I got to say this one because this one was awesome. Went to the great Jane Fonda. Now, if you don't know who Jane Fonda is, I think at first time I knew who Jane Fonda was Barbarella. I think that was one of the first movies I remember. And 9 to 5, of course, as a kid in the 80s. And she had the workout tapes everywhere. But she said like some of the greatest, like she went up there and she spoke for the world. It is one of the best speeches I think I ever heard at an award show in my entire existence in the world.
I gotta check it out.
You have to check it out. I have the saying, if it just load up, it's not loading up because it's trying to load up our videos. Where's it at? Come on. There it is. Make no mistake, empathy is not weak or woke. By the way, woke just means you give a damn about other people.
Amen.
And she has much stuff to talk about the sexism in Hollywood and politics. And she's like, if any time in the history of man you ever wondered to yourself, if a guy is going to get a baton and go against, the police state and all that stuff, well, this is your time. This is the place because we're at that point now. And that is the great words of Jane Fonda. Chris, that's the news. That was The Movies Don't Suck in Southern News. I read some stuff to Chris because he's still blinded from all the crazy drugs he did in Europe.
Blinded by the light. All right, so let's talk the movie. Let's talk Juror number 2, directed by Clint Eastwood. You guys don't know who Clint Eastwood is? I don't. Have you ever watched the movie?
Clint Eastwood is a big Western man from back in the day, but now he makes a lot of movies.
Yeah, he's Gran Torino, $1 Million Baby, Unforgiven. Cry Macho, I guess. This written by Jonathan Abrams, by the way. He hasn't written nothing else except the upcoming movie called Destination Wedding. This stars Nicholas Hoult, or as I like to call him, Tom Cruise Jr., as Justin Kemp.
I promised myself I'd find a cure. You have no idea what I'd give to feel.
Toni Collette plays Faith Kilbrew, a warrior in this movie.
Don't you swear at me, you little shit!
J.K. Simmons plays Harold. Yeah, I did a good one. Yeah, it was Harold as an ex-cop.
I have 2 stars on the Walk of Fame.
Also, Kiefer Sutherland plays Larry Lasker, another warrior friend in this.
Yes, first. You don't like rice?
Also, Zoe Deutsch plays Alison Cruson as she's in this.
So listen, I was kind of hoping I might be able to get your advice on something.
Neil, let's read the story for Juror number 2.
While serving as a juror in the high-profile murder trial, a family man finds himself struggling with a serious moral dilemma. One he could use to sway the jury verdict and potentially convict or free the wrong killer. Okay, so I'm guessing it's not giving away the twist. So, cool. So we can't give away the twist.
Okay, so one of the things about this movie is that when you think about Clint Eastwood, this is pretty non-political. I would think to me.
Oh yeah, very non-political. This is just like a very much, oh my God, what's going to happen? Is this person going to get caught for this? Is this person going to get caught for that? Is this going to happen? Is that going to happen? It's a very, I don't think this was a 2-hour movie. This was like, it's just about 2 hours. Okay, it was about 2 hours. But that's how good of a movie it was to me that I'm not complaining that it was a 2-hour movie.
Yeah. One of the things I really liked about this movie is that a lot of movies, they want to make it so neat and like put together, or this one that has a lot of ambiguity. What you want to feel, how you want to feel. It's very interesting in that way. Nicholas Hoult was great. I thought all the acting in this was fantastic, honestly.
I mean, everybody just brought it. This is an ensemble of people that came in. They knew, and that's the thing is, because I've also heard this. I heard this about Clint Eastwood as a director. I mean, this one night when I was on the top floor of the Mayo in Tulsa, hanging out with some actors and a director of Seven Cemeteries. Yeah. Oh, you know that day. You know that day.
Yeah.
I can't believe the experiences I've had in this fucking life. Anyway, but they mentioned that, like, he'll just come over and be like, do that different. And be like, okay. And then he'll come over and he didn't do it the way, he'd be like, there's more at stake. Like they'll say something, he'll just say like a one-liner like that. And people are like, oh, okay, I get it. Because Clint Eastwood has only been in like 940 movies. I think 799 of them were Westerns.
And he knows how to make them. And like in Clint Eastwood, he's made some pretty fucking good movies.
Oh, I mean, Dirty Harry. I mean, he says one of the most famous lines in all of movies.
Yeah. That's so. Do you feel lucky? What do you, punk?
And and to be honest, in one of the other most famous movies of all time, it mirrors what Clint Eastwood did, and I think it was A Fistful of Dollars, and that's when Michael J. Fox puts on the oven cover in Back to the Future 3.
2 actually. Back to the Future 2
3.
And 3.
No, it's 3.
Yeah, you're right.
3.
Yes, and there's a scene from it. Biff is watching it, and it's the
Yeah.
Hot
Oh, Biff is
72.
watching it,
Yeah,
and yeah, back.
yeah,
Okay, yeah. Now I get exactly what you're saying there. Okay,
okay, yeah. But
but this movie is a
yeah,
good thriller, and Nicholas Hoult. I mean, man. I mean, I know this is gonna
he's so
sound
good.
like I'm gonna sound like I'm an old man at this point.
Yeah.
But dude, his acting and the way he has come from years and years and years of I mean, I've literally think I've watching this guy grow up on screen.
So Warm
And
Bodies, so we're speaking of right, Bad Boy, Warm Bodies. Um,
oh, Warm
I
Bodies is still like I love Warm Bodies.
so
If you haven't seen
so a
Warm
movie
Bodies,
that we made
that is
a
one of the
movie
best little zombie movies ever.
Renfield, but I want to mention he did a movie that didn't come out theaters for like one showing in the middle of the day. I had the week off. The Order. He was in that. I don't think you had a chance to see, but it came out this year with Jude Law. If you get a chance to watch The Order, he's great in that too.
I saw a clip of that the other day, and I was just like,
Yeah,
man, I don't know what movie this is.
the Order. Take a chance on it. It's really good.
Yeah. So this movie was still from 2024 because it's on streaming
Yeah,
networks. Again, like I said
yeah.
earlier, we did 2 streaming this week because Chris decided he
Max.
wanted to go explore the world.
I know, fuck that, right?
I mean,
But
right?
yeah, this is on Max as well,
But
and it yeah,
Nicholas Hoult was also in what was my number 6 movie of the year of
yeah.
2024. He was in Nosferatu. Which
Oh yeah,
I
he
got
was.
hats now. We got hats at the radio
Oh
station.
yeah,
I got a beanie,
you
but I
son
left
of
it
a
at my
bitch.
mother-in-law's.
You son of a bitch.
I'll
But
snag one. I'll send it to you.
okay, thank you, please.
But anyway, yeah. I mean, this is a really good movie. It is like, who done it? What's going on? You're questioning reality. You're
Yeah,
questioning everything,
yeah,
and I
yeah,
like
it's
that.
a thriller, it's a courtroom drama. It's a lot of stuff, and it's got great performances in it. And
And if you
the right,
notice,
yeah.
me and Chris are being very vague.
Yeah. You want to go into this as blind as possible, really.
Yeah, yeah,
I feel.
that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like, we're trying to review this movie without, I mean, without giving away too much, because it is one of those movies that if you know, it's kind of like if you go see Sixth Sense and you know he sees dead people,
Yeah.
it kind of ruins the movie. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and yeah, I don't want to talk about the ending. I don't want to talk too much about the beginning or any of it because it reveals yourself to you in a really interesting way. It creates a dilemma within yourself, even.
Yeah,
You know,
because
like
in this movie, some of the characters or a character or some of the characters have to deal with dilemmas that it's like, well, if you're in that same situation, what would
what
you
would you
do?
do? Yeah,
Like,
and it's
and it kind of, it's it was just like, man, I feel for these characters because that is something that
yeah,
in the same situation, I don't know if I would do or what I would do. I might have done the exact same thing
yeah,
everybody else did.
yeah. It's very like if you watch this to someone, you can discuss afterwards, have a very telling conversation about it. And so I would definitely recommend Juror number 2. It's a good little movie. It's got nominated for a few things, nothing in the Academy Awards, but Clint Eastwood did a good job by keeping this pretty political, apolitical. You know, like
Right.
yes, it's no American Sniper or anything like that. This is and it's just the follies of the American court system and the aspect of that, like things really fucked up. So I would recommend Journey number 2 for sure if you like these type of movies. I think this is a good movie for anyone to watch. Honestly,
Yeah, this
like
is just
it was
this is just like a good set at home who did it kind of movie that like if you're at home chilling, relaxing, and you just want to watch this, that's what this is. I mean, this movie, I think I heard, did it get nominated for?
No. Well, the closest it got was I was looking at this when we are talking about it. It got a Cinema Writers so well one Critics Circle Film Awards for the best performer for Nicholas Holt. National Board Review is the biggest one. It was the top 10 films of the year. But I'm not seeing any big awards for it. So, but it's definitely known for being a pretty good movie.
I'm just gonna say every actor: Toni Collette, Nicholas Hoult, J.K. Simmons, Keith either, Zoe too. Like each one of them knocked it out of the damn park.
Yeah.
And even Cedric Yarborough, who's from the Reno 911. If you've ever, as soon as you see him, you know who he is. Chris Messana, who's originally from the Mindy Project, is in it. Like, I mean, there's people in this movie that are kind of like in the background for half the movie, and then like they'll have like a good scene.
I know them. Oh, I know them, sort of thing.
Yeah. But they'll have like a really good scene, and you'll just be like, man, what was that? You know, like, and that's what this movie is. It's a bunch of really good scenes with a great plot. I think it's time to, get her done. I guess I'll go first on this one.
Yeah. Let's just go on this.
My score out of 5. You know, I'm going to be right at the same with Goodrich. I think this is a 4.2. This is easily a good movie. You know what? I'm going to give it a point above because I think this was a better written movie just because I love that suspense. Yeah. There's a lot of suspense in this film, and I don't think we gave it enough props. But there's a lot of suspense in this movie. Like every second you think, oh, this is when it goes down. This is when it happens. This is when they're going to find out this. This is when they're going to find out that. But I'm going to say that this is a 4.3. This is probably one of my favorite Clint Eastwood directed movies so far.
4.2 for me. It was. I think it was, like you said, better written. Fuck it, I'll go 4.3 because it was so well made. It was just a well made movie, and it did things I didn't think it would do, which is, hey, I'm always about that. But 4.3 for me and you, Neil. I'm on redjazz.com. Was the
oh my god,
dude.
Okay, all right. I love you. Sorry to interrupt. I just pulled up. Oh my god. I didn't know Clint Eastwood has been directing off and on all the way since 1971. I thought it was just like a thing at his twilight of his career. Like he's got over Heartbreak Ridge. He did an episode of Amazing Stories. Bridges of Madison County was him.
Oh, wow.
Absolute Power. He directed that one too. Like Space Cowboys. I forgot. I know Space Cowboys. Mystic River. I forgot. Okay, this is not. All right, this is one of his better movies, but Mystic River is like one of my favorite movies of all time. That's a great movie.
Yeah. I knew. Was a popcorn meter for juror number 2?
Man, 86.
91%.
I was close.
All right, what is the critic score for juror number 2 or tomato meter?
91%.
Certified freshman 93%.
I was off by 2% on both of them. Yay!
So here's what the audience says: a solid courtroom drama with engaging premise. Juror number 2 puts a man's guilt on trial with philosophical flair. And here's what the critics said about it: a legal thrill with a heavy conscience. Juror number 2 is less a summation of Clint Eastwood's story directorial career than another terrific reminder of his knack for plain spoken drama. So I reviewed a bad review and a good review because that's how I do it. This is from Neil Pollock of Book and Film Globe. He goes,
You can always listen to a Neil and get the right sites.
He goes, this is a ridiculous plot written with holes, which in the hands of a pulpy director could have been a tasty noir, as Holt feels the walls closing on him. But Eastwood is too prestige-minded, and the script doesn't mean or zing enough. Well, whatever. And then this is
not every Neil is a good Neil. I just want you guys to know that.
Yeah. And this is from Damian Straker of Impulse Gamer. He says, "Jury number 2 is one of the tightest thrillers director Clint Eastwood has made in years. Shame on Warner Bros. For not having any faith in its modest but dependable adult storytelling." So it's a good movie. You guys can watch it on Max. I recommend it highly.
Oh, dude, Nicholas Hoult in this movie was a beast.
Yeah, he's a beast.
He's a beast.
Yeah, I get it.
He's just a beast. Don't forget, people. Michael Keaton was Batman.
Yeah,
Michael
and both
Keaton
these
is
movies,
Batman.
yeah, both these movies all were pretty grown up. You know, like they're for you to watch it with their family or with your grandfather or whatever. So,
Your
you know,
grandfather. I'm my own grandpa.
yeah.
Sing. I'm my own grandpa. I was
Grandpa.
pretty to a widow that was pretty as a bee, and she had a daughter as pretty you can see. Then my father married my daughter-in-law. Oh, anyway,
Okay, well, yeah, you guys can watch both these on Max, and next we'll be back with two of these that are in theaters. They'll probably be there for a minute, you know.
Oh, Chris,
So
just in, so I was talking to your wife earlier. She did send me some footage from you in Europe. All right, here we go. Chris? What happened? Where'd Chris go? I come back and Chris has left the show. Chris? Okay, everybody. Well, I'm here. I'm sure Chris will be back in just a second. I think something probably froze up on his side. That's okay. That's what happens. I'm in Tulsa. He's in Kansas City. You know, when we're in the same room together, this was a different kind of atmosphere or a different thing, or I don't know what you call it. You know, I'll be moving to the Northeast soon. So,
sorry, guys. I'm back.
So what happened? Did I play that clip and it literally kicked you out?
I told you
something?
about I forgot to unplug my fridge. So because when the compressor clicks on, is a thing with the power and it fucks it up for some reason.
All right. Well, I just saw here. Here's another image of you and
It's so weird you got that clip of me. But,
I know, dude. I know. You and the donkey. I don't know. Is it donkey love? Who knows?
But you guys can find us online who's.net where w2m.com. W number 2 is amazing. Net you find us on with a bunch of other really cool podcasts. Search for Radical Religion Broadcasting on Spotify. You find us there along with our own feed, which movies don't suck and something on Spotify. And we're at Facebook.com /Suck Podcast. We're in Blue Sky Movies on Suck Podcast. We're on Instagram MTS Podcast. We're on Patreon costs don't suck. And there you'll find podcasts from movies don't suck and some that do. You know, what do for small businesses?
If you got a small business, let us know, and Joe Hendry will come here right now and tell you. No, I'm just kidding. And if you don't know who Joe Hendry is, look him up. Listen to his theme song. Anyway, if you got a small business, let us know. We'll be more than happy to advertise you right here on Movies Don't Suck and Some Do, because we want to support local. We want to support you. We want to get your name out there to every single person you have. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you're selling bracelets in a basement. You tell me, and I will be more than happy to advertise it right here on Movies Don't Suck.
You got here,
I guess I need to watch wrestling. That's another episode of Movies Don't Suck and Some Do. My name's Neil. Remember, guys, no matter how hard it is in life, when you turn 78, you can still go through your midlife crisis. You have a good night. Thank you guys all for watching. I see there's like 20. Don't worry, he'll be better in 4 days. God, 4 days. Oh, I got to write everything tomorrow. All right. And on Thursday, we'll be doing a next episode. The next episode, episode 355, will be Captain America: Brave New World, and of the Monkey, the Monkey, by
Osby
good old
Perkins.
great
Yeah.
Which means, oh my God, I got to see a movie tomorrow. I got to do the Easter egg. We always do an Easter egg section of comic book movies. So I have to do an Easter egg section. I'll make it small, but I like the movie. So that's kind of a, spoiler alert on that one. I'm just saying, what's better than seeing, Harrison Ford be the president of the United States on President's Day? Literally nothing. Literally nothing else. That is like the best holiday. But thank you guys for all watching. Thank you guys for being a part of the episode. Thank you for people that have commented in the chat section. Just like Alexa saw earlier, if you make comments, if you chat, you give us information. And then it doesn't matter if you're on YouTube, if you're on Twitch, if you're on Facebook, I will see it. I will add it to the show. You will be part of the conversation. Thank you guys for loving us. And thank you for coming out. I know, even though we haven't been around in a while, and that's